Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be looking at 10 big changes that Rockstar have made in the Cayo Perico heist here in Grand Theft Auto Online. Some of these are going to be fun Easter eggs, others are literally going to be really useful tips and tricks for the actual heist itself in terms of payouts and a whole lot more. So let's go ahead and jump into this. One of the things you might not have known is that you can actually get kicked out of the music locker, which I did not know you could actually do this until I was actually doing a test of my own, trying to actually get into like Moody Man's set. It kind of functions the same way, and I think that if you didn't have VIP status and you tried to go into the VIP room over and over and over again, this would do the same thing. But since I already own a penthouse, I didn't have that issue. But you literally get tossed out of the music locker. And as a side note, you get banned as well. Like, you literally can't even go back for a certain amount of time. I think it's like 5 or 10 minutes. So don't panic if this happens to you. You're not going to have to like wait the rest of the day. It's literally like 5 or 10 minutes in real life, and you'll be able to go back in. Or I'm sure you could just switch sessions and that would solve your problem altogether. But you literally get thrown out, just like you're thrown off the Cayo Perico Island, just like you're thrown out of the casino. You can also get thrown out and banned from the music locker, which I think is kind of funny. So that's something you might not have known about. Now, something else that's pretty interesting is apparently Pavel, our guy who owns and operates, or I should just say helps us run and operate the Kosatka submarine. He actually has a very funny line regarding the Oppressor Mark II. So when you're inside the submarine, Pavel will start talking to you, and one of his voice lines references the community's annoyance with the Oppressor Mark II. Now, this footage right here was captured by Gillymaster on YouTube. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Take a look at what Pavel, or take a listen to what Pavel has to say regarding the oppressors.
I hope you are finding enough time for resting and relaxation, Captain. Have you ever tried shooting the missiles at the people on the flying bikes? Great sport here in America.
So that is hysterical. He talks about, have you tried shooting the missiles at the people on the flying bikes? Obviously referring to the oppressors and how it's a great sport in America. Again, just a funny little Easter egg right there. Now, regarding the submarine and the actual heist itself, did you know that there are different types of targets and payouts that you can get? Primary targets. There's tequila, necklace, bonds, diamonds, the files, and the statue. And these are all their payouts because they are extremely different. So taking a look at them right now, you've got the Senzamito tequila, which is $900,000. You have the ruby necklace, which is $1 million. Bearer bonds, which is $1.1 million. Pink diamond, which is $1,300,000. The Madrazo files, which are $1,100,000. And the Panther statue, which is by far the best target that you can get, is $1,900,000. And then, of course, your secondary targets are going to depend on how much you have sourced or gathered intel. But now you know which one is the best. Tequila is the worst. And then you've got some ones that are like roughly in the middle, like the necklace, the bonds, the Madrazo files. The two that you definitely want to focus on here, Pink Diamond and the Panther statue. Those are going to be your best ones to source. You're clearly going to get way more money if you're able to grab those. I mean, the difference between the Panther statue and the tequila is $1 million. That's a huge deal. So just keep that in mind when you are doing the new heist. Now, one of the new things that Rockstar added with two of the new vehicles, the Kosatka and the Toreador, which is the new submarine, is the ability to get daily amounts of sonar caches. So these are 10 chests that you can find underwater, scattered throughout the map. And many of you guys have been wondering what the payout for these are like, and it's not so good. So the payout is only $7,500 each crate you collect, meaning that if you get all 10 per day, it's only $75,000. That's not a lot of money, and these crates are scattered all over the map, which makes them kind of difficult to get to. Now, if you are going to try and do this, I definitely recommend the new Pegasi Toreador, but I would not honestly do this unless you're just trying them out for the very first time. It's kind of tedious, and the payout is not all that great. So I wouldn't recommend doing that all that much. The number 5 spot today, I believe we have a direct reference to a Vice City Easter egg. And as you guys know, El Rubio has a bunch of different associates with him, and one of them is Gustavo. And Gustavo ends up getting eaten alive by the Panther, so we don't get to see him for very long. But I think this is a direct reference to a character in Vice City, Gonzalez. And Gonzalez appeared in both Vice City and Vice City Stories. And I would say the biggest giveaway here as far as the Easter egg goes is not only their appearances, but also their orange and white Hawaiian shirt. They both end up wearing the same thing. And as you guys know, Cayo Perico is actually supposed to be based off of a Colombian island. And if you guys are wondering the nationality of Gonzalez from Vice City, he is Colombian as well. So I think this is a clear reference right here to Vice City and Vice City Stories, which is very cool by Rockstar. Something else that's really cool at the number 6 spot today, the submarine allows you to go completely off the radar when you're underwater, which is kind of an unsung feature of this. Like, you're completely undetected. Now, you'll actually know this when you go underwater. If you look on the mini-map and you see your icon actually blinking, that indicates that you are off the radar. Whereas other people will be indicated by a sub-icon that you can see on the map, making it very clear what they are and what they're doing. So that's actually a really useful way to traverse around the map. Or you can actually use the fast travel feature, which we'll talk about next, which on its own, if you have not completed the heist, is $10,000, which is not too terribly expensive. However, if you are able to complete the Cayo Perico heist just once, that price drops down to $2,000. So that's nice that Rockstar did not sort of money gouge us on something as simple as just moving the submarine from location to location. I mean, $2,000 is pretty much nothing to players in Grand Theft Auto Online. Even $10,000 is not terrible, but $2,000 is certainly way less. Now, a couple of other fun facts about the submarine and some of the vehicles that can actually be stored there. The Sparrow can actually be spawned instantaneously, like as quick as a CEO buzzard. So I would honestly recommend using the Sparrow, regardless of if you need to even get to the submarine, if you just need a quick helicopter to get you from point A to point B. The helicopter is super fast, and it's going to spawn right in front of you pretty much on every road. And there isn't really even a cooldown for it, which is quite nice. The same thing can also be applied to the dinghy as well. So if you are basically close to water or on the shore and you need an instant boat that'll be spawned right next to you, even if you're not necessarily going to the submarine, you can spawn the dinghy and it'll be right there in front of you. So pretty convenient that those vehicles based off of the Kosatka will actually allow you to have instant transportation. That's pretty cool. And one thing you might not have known about the Toreador, I know this vehicle is incredibly expensive. It obviously has a ton of amazing features. It has a submarine car, basically, allows you to activate sonar, and even has missiles. But one thing you might not have known is that it actually has a boost feature as well. That's right. Something I really didn't even know about until like a day ago. Like when I first got the vehicle, I didn't even assume that it was going to have boost, but it does. And another great thing is you can actually use this boost underwater. So it's not just limited to when the vehicle is on land and in car mode. It also works and has boost when it's in submarine mode. So that's pretty awesome as well, and it might justify the price a little bit of this very expensive car from the Cayo Perico heist. But anyways, that right there is 10 big changes that Rockstar made in the Cayo Perico Heist DLC update that you might not have known about here in Grand Theft Auto Online. As always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Do you know of any other big changes or tips and tricks that we did not talk about in this video? You can let me know in those comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Cayo Perico Heist videos that I'll be doing here on my channel over the next couple of days and weeks. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.